Today I'm with Nick. Nick is one of the founder of this amazing company called Grid. They do 2D printing. Nick, nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you, man.
Tell me your story.
Yeah, so moved down here to Salt Lake City in January with another startup that we were doing, a tech startup. And we went through all of that, built it up, and great. And then we wanted to work on a new idea and eventually landed on Grid, which allows you to 3D print whatever idea you like just by describing what you
Wow, fascinating. So is your background in like physical manufacturing or what is your background? Background in tech. So you moved to Salt Lake City to create a company that didn't work hard and you pivot to the
Yep, pivot your company.
Perfect. So how is the experience so far?
I would say doing startups, especially in technology, is one of the hardest things you can do to try and find product market fit wherever you can. And I think that if you actually take a chance and pursue it and handle all the adversity with it, go to the places that you're not sure if they'll get the result. You can actually find the answers a lot just by asking who you think your customers are. And I think just through that process alone, I found more personal growth myself, and also found a lot of adversity and a lot of failure. You know what I mean? Progressing your failure to actually try and amplify your success. I think it's tremendous how we grow as a young person and kind of growing up.
Yeah, I think the people in Utah say innovation. What is it called? Innovation is the adversity is the mother of innovation or something like that.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
So were you always in tech? How did you get into tech?
What, your journey?
Yeah, the journey.
Yeah. So I started in tech when I was 15 years old. And so I was running a little gaming company online. And all I would do is just rent out servers and play video games online with their friends. And I ended up growing that to about 17,000 users when I was about 18 years old in high school. I was also running a regional business, just doing cleaning of medical offices. And I found that I loved working for myself. I loved working with people random. And I kind of started.
So you were always driven as a young person. So yes. Let's talk about the market. How did you end up coming across it like this? Because from my perspective, I feel like a lot of those tech guys usually focus on social media ads. Yeah, how did you come to market?
So a mentor of mine told me that the number one thing that you can do is try to be as close to the market as you can, right? And so I'm making 3D printed items that are described using AI and actually model them and ship to the customers. I wanted to get around other 3D print shops who can help to manufacture. I wanted to get around customers who buy 3D prints. And I wanted to figure out what makes them want to buy these things. How aware can I get them of the problem that they're doing? And all that means is just, right now, you wanted to make 3D print. You didn't have a 3D printer. You didn't know how to model. You'd have to get all these freelancers. You would have all of these different kind of third parties. And I thought that was a weird problem. Why don't we just make it one point of contact and see what you want before you buy it? Order it, and make it. Kind of the origin of this.
Fascinating. To be honest, I feel like your business model is very niche.
Yes.
Did you say so?
So yeah, it starts when you start off any business, as niche as possible is the most important. It's actually a part of that concept of you have your minimum viable product of what you can do, right? But most people don't need to find a minimum viable segment of people that you can serve you, right? So what we found is that you don't necessarily have to build the best product for the customer that you don't know. And that was our first objective when we first started. We're going to great product. We don't have it. We talk to our customers about it. But right now what we're doing is just kind of the pain in the market with 3D printing and just mainly just look what people can actually make and do. So we're going to solve that limitation by going after that same head on and getting awareness out by getting listening.
Well, that is great. But my next question for you is, how do you scale something like this without marketing budget?
So I would say the best way to scale is organic growth. Marketing budgets, advertising, things like that. I feel like if you're starting this early, it's kind of common, right? Because what you want is obvious. You want genuine buyers. You don't want to pay for someone. You don't want to give out a discount. You don't want to discount the quality of your site as well. So why would you ever discount what you do best? You know you have confidence in your house. And you know you can. So I would say very plainly, if you have the confidence to use the reason that's really within the market and you want to scale and some more profits with that, physical thing, I think 3D printing is a great niche as a start. And we're working with STEM schools, you're kind of like starting to find that as well. Different B2B alternatives, YouTube revenue sources to come up. But there's so many avenues, even today that happens. People are doing laser engraving, people are doing woodworking, people are doing all sorts of customized fabrics, anything like that. Why can't you let people customize and visualize custom items from local businesses? Every material is available, every item is allowed to order.
Okay, so you see the vision is bigger than just 3D printing. You wanna completely be a source where school can come to buy 3D printing for artisans need or something like that.
Exactly.
Learning completely broad, like a platform that can do that.
Exactly. That's a question for you.
Yeah.
Have you heard of the Canva store? You know Canva, the graphic software? Have you heard about how they started?
No, I did not.
Fascinating. What they did is she was a teacher in a school class and she found it. She said, "Oh, why are they using Adobe? Why are they struggling to use graphic design? Why is it so hard? Okay, I can probably make this easy. Who am I going to go find right when the she went to high school teachers. From what I might be saying this a little bit wrong. She went to high school teachers and one of their yearbooks. And she said, design your yearbooks by yourself very easily using Canva. And it's like, okay, it's so niche, so specific. How did you come to the conclusion that that was the very first one? And ever since then, we actually have focused it that way. Find whoever is your very, very specific, very niche customer. The inside and just like,
Okay, let's talk about the items. Let's talk about this beautiful little duck right here. So, tell me about it.
Yeah, so this is actually a customer order. So what they did is you can point to the platform, upload a picture of their dog. We then describe exactly what they want for 3D print. And then we essentially just modeled it for them and shipped it. And they use it for content. They use it for just keepsake.
You currently manufacture it in your house, right? If someone were to place order right now, you will go to the system and you're gonna print it out and ship it to them.
So we have two ways. So we have our way where we pay ourselves. And then we have another way where we actually dispatch this one and that's what we did. They're in close proximity to one of our supply partners, or a 3D printing shop or something like that. Or then cut our shipping costs down. Dispatch the order to the shipping printing business where we have these 3D print business. And they'll be able to create it and take it directly to the customer. They're in close proximity. So get rid of our shipping fees and income models so fast. And then we can grow out a parking network as you guys have their own business.
So, how many partnerships are you calling?
We'll take it off 20.
Okay, so if I were a customer that were working today, and I live in, I don't know, San Diego, and I will put my order in the system right now, and you will look for the closest partnership we have in San Diego,
Dispatch it to our
California, and then that partner will print it, ship it to you. He got a cut, you got a cut, and by doing that, you reduce your cost because you don't have to ship it here.
We reduce our filament costs, and we would pay the partner a profit margin on top of the cost of the profit and make massive income for anything. It's usually an obvious, so people who just have 3 or 4 printers that they're not using, why wouldn't they just make some income for them? And we just dispatch it to them just like you're going to do it.
Okay, and then that way you can reduce the capital expense of that, and you don't have to pay.
Yeah, the cost of goods sold go down. Like our profit margins and it kind of fluctuates a little bit depending on the partner, but it's nothing. We don't lose any for those like our modeling fees or charge for our modeling. So that's about $3.75. If you charge $30 for a model, we pay $3.75. We pay out for it. If I manufacturer, we pay 70% on top of the filament and material costs, and we're still going to make it pretty easy.
I know there's a lot of 3D printing with different things depending on the size. How do you make sure that maybe the person orders something that is big? The closest to California, I don't have the 3D printing that is big enough to produce that. How do you make sure they have the...
That's a scale point, right? So what we have is a cap on 8 inches.
Okay.
8 inches is the largest diameter.
So you already have that. Yeah, you mentioned, you already have that figured out.
Yep.
And can people go to your website and do the same thing they will do right here?
Yep.
Do the same thing.
Yep, they go to the website, Click try now, make an account, describe what they want, show a picture, buy it.
It sounds good. What's the future for the business, man?
Future is scale. I mean, when you get to an opportunity like this, I'd say internal operations and quality matter above them. Right? We care more about customer centricity than anything. And that's a philosophy we don't have on giant companies, Amazon, Apple. But what we care about is that end product to that starting point, we work backwards. Okay? We care that model there is what you want to make, and how you actually got to the point where you're seeing that model is also equally important. So we have to say, okay, did you actually like this? Did you return it? And did you have to refund you because it's so old? And most of the time they love it. That's great. But we want to work backwards across the and why a customer bought, what were their motivations, how can we make it better? Are there little details that you're just telling us, like, yeah, this is good enough, or what's the time, not have to yes, it's just kind of, everyone will tell you, give the idea. That's a great idea. That's a cool idea. And no one will actually tell you, okay, this is like actually meaningful, this is actually useful, this is actually getting this. They only show that because they get competition, and then they'll come back.
If they would be willing to put money and buy that deal, yeah. That's what they are. And how do you see yourself continuing to look at the market? Do you see it like a once a month thing? You're gonna continue to go to craft show, maybe in the farmer markets. How does that go?
So craft fairs are great for one thing. That's that beginning principle, being close to the market. So when they people do, go to market is more important than
We had a deal.
go to market segment and go to market strategy. Like everyone talks about go to market. If you can find a vertical that gives you repeat revenue, go to it. For us, this is an awareness thing. We don't know if people will sit down and take 5 minutes out of their day and all these other items. But what I do know is that if I can put you on a really fun value prop, a really custom, genuine, meaningful experience, and give them a flyer, and give them something later, we have seen results. So what's great, it builds local awareness, but mostly it builds content. And we're engaging with you want to keep that. Keep that content that loop.
So yeah. Well, Nick, this is a fascinating business you have here. I hope you nothing but success. What is your business name? Grid, right?
Great.
Yep, GRID, right?
GRID, makewithgrid.com.
Perfect. Thank you for chatting with us today.
Thanks so much. Very good.
Bye-bye.